What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of BWT. This is going to be a short one. We're just going to recap the games 6 and 7 of the ALCS and the NLCS before the World Series gets started up tonight. Um, Before we get into that, make sure you are liking this video, make sure you're sharing it, make sure you're commenting down below. Um, and make sure you are tuning into the other shows on the network. We've got CTC, Call Talking College. We got FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. We have the Dave's Doghouse. We have the Joe Jordan Show. And we also have the main show, The Refuse to Lose, with Dave, Tomo, and Joe. Um, so yeah, man. And make sure you guys are clicking the link in the description to become a member. We have Instagram chats where we keep you guys updated on all news in all sports. We have baseball, NFL, NBA mixed in with WNBA, college basketball, men's and women's, college football. We have a combat chat that combines boxing, UFC, and WWE. Um, so yeah, man. Just make sure you guys are also clicking that sub button. We're very close to our goal of 1K. So if you guys can help us out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get into it. Uh, Game 6 of the ALCS. The scoring gets started by Yordan Alvarez with an RBI single, and then Mitch Garver ties it up with a solo home run in the top of the second, and Jonah Heim hits a 2-run home run in the top of the fourth inning to go up 3-1, and then Mauricio Dubon hits a sac fly to make it 3-2, and then Mitch Garver hits a RBI double to go up 4-2, and then Corey Seager was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, which brought in a run to make it 5-2, and then Adolis Garcia hits a grand slam to make it 9-2 to put the nail in the coffin in Game 6. The Rangers end up winning, forcing a Game 7. The final score was 9-2. Nathan Eovaldi pitched another dominant performance. He went 6 in the third, giving up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and his ERA in the postseason so far is 2.4 with a 4-0 record. And Fran Valdez got the loss. He went 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. His ERA for the postseason was a 9 flat. Rangers let their fans down by losing every game in Texas, right? Well, not Texas, but Arlington, because both teams are from Texas. In front of their home crowd. Um, they just couldn't get it done. I don't know what it was. The Astros just became different hitters when they went to that ballpark. All season they were hitting very well in that stadium. And then we go to Game 7, the two best words in sports. Corey Seager leads it off in the top of the first with a solo home run. Adolis Garcia hits an RBI single to go up 2-0. Mitch Garver hits an RBI single to go up 3-0. And then Jose Abreu gets the Astros on the board with an RBI single to go up 3 to make the score 3-1. And then Adolis Garcia hits a solo home run to make it 4-1. In the bottom of the third, Alex Bregman comes up and hits a solo shot to make the deficit only 2, score 4-2. And then in the top of the fourth, Evan Carter comes up with a 2 RBI double to make it 6-2. And then Adolis Garcia hits a 2 RBI single to go up 8-2. And then Nathaniel Lowe in the top of the 6th inning hits a 2-run home run to make it 10-2. Yordan Alvarez comes up in the bottom of the 7th with an RBI single to make it 10-3. And Adolis Garcia hits his second home run of the game to make it 11-3. And in the bottom of the ninth, Altuve finishes his season with a solo home run to make it 11-4, which was the final score. Astros lose the series, and they're done. Right? Me as a Yankee fan, I'm glad that they didn't make the World Series again. I was kind of tired of seeing them in the World Series, but you got to tip your cap to um, their franchise being able to get to where they get to every single year. The winning pitcher was Jordan Montgomery. He threw 2 and a third, giving up 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 K. His ERA is a 2.16. Christian Javier gets the loss, only getting 1 out in the first inning. He gave up 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 hits, no Ks. His ERA in the postseason went up to a 4.09. The Texas Rangers had over 100 losses 2 years ago, and for them to be in this position, they went out and got their free agents 2 years ago with Marcus Semien and Corey Seager, and then this year they were able to make some key moves at the trade deadline, and for them to be where they're at, you got to tip your cap. Bruce Bochy, one of the greatest managers in the game now. If you don't remember him, he was the Giants manager when they went on their run of winning 3 of 5 in the early 2000s or 2010s. The ALCS MVP was Adolis Garcia. He went 10 for 28. That was good enough for a 357 batting average, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 7 runs. In the entire postseason, he's batting 327 with 7 home runs and 20 RBIs. This was the most RBIs in a single series by anyone in Major League history. So hopefully he continues to stay hot so he can help his team get a World Series ring. And we go to Game 6 of the Phillies and Diamondback series in the NLCS. Tommy Pham starts the scoring off with a solo home run in the top of the second, and then Lourdes Gurriel Jr. hits a home run right after him, going back to back to make it 2-0. Then Longoria gets an RBI double to make it 3-0. Brandon Marsh comes up in the bottom of the second with an RBI single to make it 3-1. In the top of the fifth, Ketel Marte hits an RBI triple to make it 4-1. And then Marte comes up in the top of the seventh and hits an RBI single to make it 5-1. Kelly ended up getting the win for the Diamondbacks. He went 5 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 8 Ks with a 2.65 ERA in the postseason. And Aaron Nola got the loss. He pitched 4 and a third, giving up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. His ERA is a 2.35 in the postseason. And then we go, the Diamondbacks force a Game 7 in Philadelphia. Pure insanity. I thought that this series was going to be over in 6, but the Diamondbacks had other plans. In Game 7, Christian Walker comes up with an RBI ground ball to make it 1-0. Alec Boehm ties it up in the bottom of the second to go with a solo home run. Bryson Stott hits an RBI double to go up 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. And then Corbin Carroll, he comes up in the top of the fifth with an RBI single to tie the game up, and Moreno comes up in the top of the fifth and hits an RBI single to give the Diamondbacks the lead. And then Corbin Carroll comes up in the top of the seventh and delivers a sac fly to go up 4-2 to give them an insurance run. That ended up being the final score. Diamondbacks win. They advance to the World Series. The Phillies, just an ultimate choke job. They were up 2-0. They lost 2 or 3 in Arizona, and then when they came back, they lost 2 games in front of their home crowd. I know they're disappointed. Their hitters, their big hitters, Harper, Schwarber, Turner, and Nick Castellanos, when I combined, won for 28 in games 6 and 7. Nick Castellanos went 1 for 23 in the entire series. His only hit was a home run off of Zach Gallen in game 1. And then after that, he just started having terrible at-bats, swinging at pitches out of the zone. He had some at-bats where he just got unlucky, he hit the ball hard, but it was caught. Bryce Harper was like 5 feet away from flipping this game in the bottom of the fifth inning, I believe. He comes up with runners on first and second, and he hit a fly ball to the warning track. He got the pitch that he wanted, but he just missed it. That's baseball. But yeah, the Diamondbacks, they turned it around this series. The first 2 games, they looked like they did not belong out there, and then I don't know what happened. They just turned up. It was fun to watch. Their style of baseball is they're not going to hit the long ball, but they're going to kill you with 1,000 paper cuts. So if you're a pitcher, you got to make sure you are hitting your spots and executing your pitches, because if not, they will take advantage. Thompson got the win, only going an inning and a third. He did not allow a run. He didn't allow a walk. He didn't strike anybody out. And his ERA for the postseason was 2.53. Ranger Suarez got the loss, going 4 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. His postseason ERA was a 1.93. And Paul Sewald continues to be absolutely lights out. Pitching an inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, no Ks, and his ERA for the postseason is still at a 0. Your NLCS MVP was Ketel Marte, going 12 for 31, which was good enough for a 387 batting average with 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 runs. In the entire postseason, he is hitting 358 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. So right now he has, I think he either tied or went or broke the record for consecutive games with a hit in the postseason. I believe is at 16 right now. In the National League, I believe, I don't know who holds it for the American League, but Ketel Marte is up there. He's on fire. Don't pitch to him, because he will take advantage of a mistake and get the Diamondbacks started. One thing I want to give a shout out to Corbin Carroll, because in the beginning of the series, he really wasn't playing well. He was having some bad at-bats, just not getting the job done. And then in game 7, he comes up with he goes 3 for 3 with three hits. He scored twice, and then he got an RBI with the sac fly in the bottom of the 7th. So watch out for him in the World Series. Maybe he can continue this role and get hot. Game 1 of the World Series is tonight. We got Zach Gallen going up against Nathan Eovaldi. It should be a very good game tonight. And if you guys haven't seen the latest episode of BWT on the network, I gave my prediction. I have the Rangers in 6. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think down below. We're getting to the end of the season, right? But the content will not stop. I will be giving you guys every team. I'm going to break down who they should target in free agency, if they need to re-sign people or anything like that, any free agents that they should let go, any trades that they should be looking to make, or anything like that. All 30 teams, they will get a specific episode. They will get their own episode, and we'll break it down like that. And I've got some interviews lined up, so the content will still be here throughout the off season. It's going to be a very interesting off season with Ohtani being a free agent. We have talks of Juan Soto potentially joining the Yankees. The Yankees and the Padres have started talking about trades that might happen. That would be awesome for the Yankees. But there's nothing else I have to say to you guys today. Hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy Game 1 of the World Series. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.